To prove that my aunt is truly a treasure, I've decided to make her my wife. It's not because she's fair-skinned, beautiful, and has long legs. And it's certainly not because she owns 999 houses. In her past life, Lee Chiu chased after you for many years. Until one day, you went to the port to get some fries. And there was a car accident on the way. She knelt on the ground, crying her heart out. How is aunt supposed to live without you? Didn't you say you wanted those few apartments in Beijing, Shanghai, and Guangzhou? The man you've always liked is you. A farewell confession is always touching. But in the end, you close your eyes with regret. And open them again. You realize you're sitting on the living room sofa. Startled, you react quickly, Mom. Is this heaven? Mom lightly tapped you on the head in annoyance. You little rascal. I told you yesterday to drink less alcohol. Now look at you. Talking nonsense first thing in the morning. When Yang paused for a moment, then carefully looked around, no mistake. This is my own mom. No, Mom, why do you look so much younger? She uncertainly reaches out and touches her own cheek. Warm. A bold idea flashes through her mind. Could I have been reborn? Strong Mom pats your head. Stop arguing with Chi Yi. He's doing it for your own good. Because of you, he's gotten sick. Hurry up and send breakfast to him. You carefully recalled the details. And indeed, it happened. The cause of the matter was Li Ruyan inviting you to the bar for a drink. Stayed out all night. Chiu Yi anxiously called many friends. And finally found you, wanting to take you home. But Li Ruyan disagreed. Insisted that you stay. And she had also drunk quite a bit herself. Her mind wasn't clear. Said she was already a college student. You could have been out wandering around. Chiu Yi flew into a rage on the spot. She forcibly dragged you away. That night was already close to midnight. And it was pouring rain at the time. You argued with him in the rain for a long time. That's when Aunt Chiu caught a cold from the rain. Looking back, I really was an asshole then. How could you be so cruel to her? You're holding the millet porridge your mom made. And knocking on Aunt Chiu's door next door. Before long, Li Chiu, dressed in pajamas, opened the door. When she saw who it was, she froze for a moment, and the door was about to close. Fortunately, you reacted quickly. Stuck your foot in the door gap. Aunt Chiu, it hurts, it hurts. Your ankle is almost broken. Strong Li Chiu was startled. Quickly let go and crouched down to check your ankle. Are you crazy? How dare you do such dangerous things? You reached out and nudged his nose. Auntie Chi, how are you still so easily fooled? I was just pretending, right? There's nothing wrong at all. Hearing this, Li Chiu instantly gets furious. One hand pinches your ear, brat. Daring to trick you into pain, you beg for mercy through the pain. He sits back on the sofa, arms crossed. There's a flush in your eyes. Why don't you go to your little girlfriend? And come to me instead. You know you're in the wrong. So you have to hold my hand on his shoulder to explain. Chiu, it's such a big injustice. I'm completely innocent with him. There's absolutely no improper relationship. Li Chiu snorted coldly. Her tone is full of jealousy. I think I saw you two kissing before. When Yang, your face suddenly froze. Turns out he's actually a ninja. But he still tries to deny it. Fortunately, your skin is thick enough. Actually, I did date someone before. But we broke up quickly. Please forgive my youthful ignorance. Only dated once. Chiu's lips slightly curled up. Could it be you think it's none of your business? You don't know anything, right? When Yang's face turned pale, he wondered how much of his little secret she actually knew. Then you slowly hold up 2 fingers, I swear. Just twice, no more. Li Chiu pretends to be indifferent, saying that puppy love isn't good. Chiu is also doing it for your own good, to stay healthy, and you breathe a sigh of relief. Quickly steps forward to flatter, shoulders drooping, Chiu, I'm already an adult. So this doesn't count as puppy love anymore. But unexpectedly, Li Chiu was so angry that he threw the pillow onto the ground. College is also a time of academic pursuit. So it's considered early love. Chiu, if I didn't date during college, I wouldn't find a good job after graduation. He lowered his head and said tremblingly. At first, I didn't understand what he meant when I heard this. Her face instantly flushed bright red. You little brat, you're still young. But you sure have a lot on your mind. Though, I guess that's not entirely wrong. When I was about to enter college last year, anyone who was a bit pretty already had a partner. Every weekend, the hotels outside were packed. Looking back now, maybe I was indeed too demanding. So he added that dating is okay in college. But you have to bring them home. I'll help you keep an eye on things. You helplessly rolled your eyes. Li Chiu, are you joking with me? Which girl meets the family before? Confirming the relationship. He really has ulterior motives. If we keep going like this, how are we supposed to find a partner? I'm afraid even the ones who loved you to death won't agree to be your first love anymore. Li Qiuyu sees that you can't even meet these basic requirements. He punches his little fist into your chest. Then since that's the case, don't bother dating anymore. With your poor taste, how do you expect to find a girlfriend? After being mocked, you immediately give up. I'm attending Jinhai University. The sky is high, and the hills are far away. Even if I talk about 10 or 8 of them, you can't see. No worries, I have a lot of houses over there. When you start school, I'll go there too. Xiuyi, can you share a place with me? In my next life, I'll be a maid, you'll hear about it. Li Qiuyu grabs you and storms off again. Until he's tired from hitting. Then he slumps exhausted on the sofa. What nonsense are you talking about? You're going to make me so angry sooner or later. Xiuyi, I'm not joking with you. If you give me the apartment, I'll focus on serious work. Li Qiuyu carefully sips millet porridge. Pretend not to hear. Seeing he didn't react, you poked his slender waist again with your hand. Li Qiuyu, say something. Hearing you call him Minghui again. Li Qiuyu angrily grabbed your hand. You screamed out in pain. Then pretended to look pitiful. Trying to win his sympathy. Maybe he'll soften his heart. And even give you a house. But Li Qiuyu obviously isn't fooled. He rolled his eyes and slowly said, stop pretending. I'm basically useless. And there's no way I'll give you the house. You have hands and feet. You need to learn to stand on your own. You who took a detour of over 10 years in your past life. Don't buy into that at all. You know well that the pain in this world is endless. So you quickly shrug your shoulders. The doctor said I have a weak stomach. Suitable for eating soft rice. While saying that, you lean your head into his chest and nuzzle. Li Qiuyu is known for being soft-hearted. I can't stand it when you act spoiled. He wraps his arms around your neck. Then leans in to whisper in your ear. I just can't handle you. Once you get your driver's license, I'll buy you a car, okay? Hearing that, I was so touched I almost cried. Thinking about the previous relationships. You have to make a bunch of demands even for a kiss. Rich women are the real deal. Xiuyi, I want your Porsche supercar. Li Qiuyu gave you a look, you don't have a Porsche. That's my best friend's. Otherwise, I'll give you that Audi A8. Once I promise to give you 1 or 2. Li Qiuyu starts to feel a bit regretful. This kid. Is he planning to take the car he was given to pick up girls? Or maybe he should just give her a house instead. But a house can also be sold. The more. Li Qiuyu, feeling more and more frustrated, couldn't help but kick you. You idiot, you're so easy to fool. Otherwise, a high-level girl would just toy with you. Even though you don't understand why. You inexplicably got pushed. You still look at him with a smile. Xiuyi. Don't sleep yet. Drive me to driving school, okay? Li Qiuyu pokes her head out of the blanket. Snorts coldly. We are still in the middle of a quarrel. Don't bother me. Hurry up and go out. For free labor like this, you naturally wouldn't let it go easily. She reached up and pinched his nose. You ate the breakfast I brought you. Which means you accept my apology. So we are still good friends. Li Qiuyu, holding her nose, looked displeased. Who is your good friend? No one calls when you go out. Someone calls him you. He loudly replies with a good scene. Finally, he has to get up, grab his car keys, and go out. Li Qiuyu rests his small hand on the car window, showing a delicate, mischievous smile. Such hot weather, he insists on practicing driving, serves him right. See what he's thinking inside. After opening the driver's door, he hugged my neck and directly pulled him out of the car. You little brat, let go of me. What do you want to do? Aunt, please, I beg you. Let go quickly. Oh no. Are you trying to drive me crazy? Are there others on the road? Dead silent, Li Qiuyu covered her face. Her face flushed down to her neck. No matter how desperately he begged, she acted as if she heard nothing. If there's a chance, don't bully him. Wouldn't life be less interesting otherwise? Hey, it's so hot today. The ground is scorching hot. As the younger generation, we should consider the elders. They only stopped at the front desk before heading straight to the reception. He took out his ID card and said to the receptionist, register for the 3rd driving test, the earliest available. He'll return to Aunt Chio's place tomorrow afternoon. Aunt Chio tugged his arm. You haven't practiced at all. Just for tomorrow's test. You're too anxious. I smiled slightly at Aunt Chio. I am the racing god of Akina Mountain. No problem, just look at my confident look. Since you promised to buy me a car, you won't back out. You don't need to be so anxious. With both hands on his shoulders, wearing a mischievous smile, Qiuyi said. Let's make a bet. If I can pass tomorrow, can I borrow your Land Rover for a few days? If I don't pass, I'll help you do laundry for a holiday. Li Qiuyu looked at him with contempt. He nodded slightly. Since you really want to help me wash clothes, I'll let it go. He practiced for about 4 or 5 days for the 3rd test. I don't believe this kid can pass without practicing once. After registering, he returned home. You went through the computer test for the 4th exam. Because in a past life, you already passed it and got the license. You're determined to win this bet. Just got out of the shower, getting ready. Accidentally saw your upper body, your face slightly flushed. Sure, you came back from grocery shopping, put down the vegetables. Picked up your jacket. You brat, the air conditioner is on. Hurry up and put your clothes on. Don't catch a cold. You reluctantly put on your clothes. You scratched his poor enemy. Why are you as nagging as my mom? Lee Chio spoke to his buddy like a kid. It's for your own good. You pinned him down on the sofa. Go back and give him a massage. Aunt Chio is right. It's so late now. Why hasn't mom come back yet? Maybe it's shadows from the past life, causing her to feel uneasy. Unable to help, but asked Chio Yi. Is mom not coming home for dinner tonight? Your damn partner invited him to dinner. He felt awkward refusing. So he went. In a past life, he was Liu Ruyan. He shouted that he felt uneasy about him getting close. After dinner, Li Qiuyu, bored, dragged you to play games. Looking at the familiar game entrance, primitive man starts up. Li Qiuyu, smiling at the corner of his mouth, throws a stone. While watching, Li Qiuyu feels downhearted. Soon he'll have to go to school. You noticed his gloomy mood. Qiuyi, are you reluctant to buy me a car? This remark directly angered him. Is there anything you're reluctant to part with? It's just a broken down car, isn't it? I'll send it to you when school starts. You have no conscience at all. Even glanced at you like that. He reached out his fingertip and brushed against his warm cheek. The soft touch felt excellent. You couldn't help but pinch again. His bouncy demeanor feels like a provocation. Holding your cheeks with both hands, pulling back and forth, trying to shape a heart. You hurriedly let go and beg for mercy. Picking up the remaining canned food to feed him. Li Chio, don't you like playing video games? He smiles slightly, listening to his words that reveal he's not really interested in the wine. The computer in his room is pretty old. Can't handle the latest games. So he often comes here to Qiuyi's place to play. Recently, Liu Ruyan has been frequently inviting him out to hang out. So he hasn't come to Qiuyi's house much. Looks like he's a bit upset. That makes me want to tease him. Oh well, what can I do? Lately, a lot of girls have been inviting me out. It's really hard to decline. As soon as I said that, a figure pounced right in front of you. Li Qiuyu heard your shameless words and angrily bit his hand. Li Qiuyu, you're a dog sign. Always biting people. He stared in disbelief, eyes wide open. Little hand raised high, you dog. Say that again if you dare. You took advantage of his unpreparedness. Scratched under his smooth armpit. Quickly ran out of the room, leaving Li Qiuyu with a puzzled look, arm slack. After a long while, he could still feel the tickling sensation coming from under his arm. Looking at the tightly closed door and the disappearing figure, he bit his lip and took off his clothes. He grabbed the summer quilt beside him and hid tightly under it. The damp strands of hair covered his side profile. His eyes were misty, just like a bullied little wife. You terrible guy, always bullying a little brat. If you have the guts, bully me forever. Back at home, Chen Chen paced back and forth in the living room, sorting through memories of Liu Ruyan and Liu Fu. About an hour passed. Mom pushed open the door carrying some desserts, and saw you deep in thought in the living room. A look of affectionate indulgence appears on the face. Xiao Chen is just right to be asleep. Come and smell, I can tell it's 9. Just asking about today's partner. Is his surname Liu? As you suspected. It's his father with the surname Liu. Speaking of which, you can't help but laugh. That guy looks harmless. Like a nice, friendly person. Selling CDs on the roadside. Running shady websites. And even got arrested later. The more you think about it, the angrier you get. After seeing your expression, Mom said, Xiao Chen, I won't go out to eat anymore, okay? Don't overthink it. He knows his son's temper well. It's very similar to when he was young. Stubborn and tough, coupled with the impact of a broken family over the years. His temperament is even more intense. Seeing his mom explaining with tears in her eyes, you quickly stepped forward and hugged him, saying, don't cry. When you cry, it makes me want to cry too. I'm just worried that you're being fooled by those outsiders, trying to manipulate you. After all, my mom is so beautiful. That mischievous kid just wants to make mom happy. Mom will never remarry in this life. There will only be you, my child. Mom, I've never opposed your remarriage. I just want to keep an eye on things. Remarry? What remarriage? Mom's not interested in marriage. I just want to stay by your side. You should hurry up and give me a big, healthy boy. You're all smiles. So, Mom, what do you think of autumn clothes? That girl is your mom's best friend. Even if I agreed, sure you wouldn't agree. After hearing you, Mom just laughed it off. But secretly thought it might not be so sure. The next afternoon, you hailed a cab outside the neighborhood and headed to the driving test site for the third subject. The summer weather has been lasting for a while. While you were complaining, a girl with long black hair tied in a ponytail and dressed nicely walked up to you. Chenzie, are you here to take the third driving test too? This girl is your second girlfriend, Liu Ruyan. Didn't you just pass the second test not long ago? He immediately asked. Based on the timeline, you probably haven't started practicing for test 3 yet, right? Think back. At this driving school, you have to register before practicing. It's only been 7 days since you passed test 2. You could only register for test 3 yesterday. Someone next to Liu Ruyan, Xing, let out a strange sound. You just started driving recently and already hit the curb. Maybe you should practice for the third driving test again. There's still some time during the holiday. Then try the test later. His overpowering cologne was a bit uncomfortable. You, however, fanned yourself with the newly bought palm leaf fan and looked askance. He can't sit next to you either and give you the water he just drank. Unfortunately, you don't like others to blow on the bottle's mouth. Politely refusing, she leaned her body away. Compared to Chioi's milky scent, Liu Ruoyon's scent is too strong. Liu Ruoyon didn't notice anything unusual and continued saying, wait for me to finish the third test. We went to the bar together at night to wait for him. You talked so much that you were starting to feel sleepy. At first, it seemed like you broke up over something trivial. But in reality, it was about playing hard to get. Letting your heart stay with him. An unequal position always ends in a crushing loss. You weren't obsessed with love and just broke up right away. The memories are over, now it's time for your exam. You took the third test and then immediately took the fourth. You were overjoyed after getting your license. After settling everything, you strode confidently, heading home to get the car keys from Chioyi. But halfway there, a familiar figure appeared. Liu Ruyan, drenched in sweat, was gasping for breath. The front of her clothes was half soaked. The black and red lace top was faintly visible. Why didn't you wait for me? He stepped forward and held your shoulder, breathing heavily and gasping. I really don't know if it was intentional or deliberate. Your heart was steady, you weren't affected at all. There was something urgent at home. Then I'll take you and come pick you up tonight. Liu Ruyan's nails brushed against you, intentionally or not. You avoided her touch. You hailed a cab from the roadside. These past few days have been quite busy. Let's talk about it later. Are you mad at me? I'm not close with General Yu. It was just that when I was taking my driving test, I happened to run into you. I was just feeling sorry for that brother from Sinew. You hold the goddess in the palm of your hand. The goddess kills and also wounds the heart. You fool, how could I possibly have room in my heart for anyone else? Come to the bar tonight and I'll give you a reward. Expression pretending to be shy. Shyly flashing a standard smile. Then immediately runs away. I can't help but admire my past self. To think I could withstand this level. It just goes to show who isn't afraid of 10 bowls. By the evening, you buy some barbecue from the street and go home. You push the door open and see the drunken autumn clothes on the sofa. Turning her head slightly, Chioyi was staring at him angrily. Where have you been messing around again? Reeking of sweat. You sat next to him, shifted a bit, and leaned on him. Then you said Chioyi's milk scent smelled really nice. His nose didn't look red at all. Li Chioyu didn't push you away either. She's just staring at you with a resentful look. Coming home this late, there's definitely trouble. And you even brought back barbecue. You must have been drinking with some girl. Seeing her expression, you find it quite adorable. You reached out and pinched her rosy cheek. Then you said you didn't smell of alcohol. And pried your dirty hand away. Li Chioyu explained with a wronged look. I drank because my best friend came back. And I drank at home. Not out partying. She reached out her delicate hand to hold your ear, pretending to gently twist it. Afraid it might really hurt you. You pretended to pinch your nose. You're still proud of smelling like alcohol. And I was just with friends too. Not fooling around. Then why are you back so late? Just arguing with you. Li Chioyu, who opposes, looks a bit flustered. His volume rises a bit. You see he's a little angry. Then she threw herself into his arms, acting spoiled. I went to take the tests for parts 3 and 4. You didn't even know that. Li Chioyu, realizing this, stood there dumbfounded, thinking about signing up at the driving school yesterday. Her little face involuntarily flushed even more. It seemed she really had misunderstood him. Actually, you could have come back during the day. It's just that I recently came back to life, and am a bit unaccustomed to the environment. Li Chioyu is at a loss. Put your hand on your head. Let him fuss around in your arms. Sorry, I forgot about that. You are always unreasonable and unforgiving. He pinched her long black silk legs, pretending to be very emotionally upset. HMPH, you don't care about me at all. Our feelings have just faded. I get it, I'll leave right away. Seeing this situation, a flustered Lee Chiu no longer cares about so-called pride. He immediately hugged her, not letting her go. The two sat back down on the sofa. He unwrapped the bag, took out the skewered meat with sauce and pressed it to his mouth, looking extremely happy. After regaining his composure, Lee Chiu quickly ate the barbecue. He exclaimed at the smell of the barbecue. Well, you do have some conscience. And you still know what Chiu likes to eat. Just not sure. How many more times can he feed her like this? Lee Chiu is exactly the kind of woman who is sentimental and emotional. As long as it involves you, she's very sensitive and tends to overthink. At the same time, she's also very persistent, which is why she's been single all this time. Watching Chiu finish eating, you then wiped out the remaining barbecue. Holding your full belly, you leaned against him. Chiu, how many pairs of stockings do you have? You reached out and scratched his leg. The tightly wrapped stockings had a rustling texture. Lee Chiu, feeling offended, blushed and curled up on the sofa. Her nails dug into the fabric. How many pairs of stockings you have is none of your business. It's not like I'm showing it to you. Oh, I really can't stand him. That quirky Lee Chiu pushes you to take a shower. You're covered in sweat, stinky, and you unwillingly go to the bathroom to wash up. Chiu's indulgence is much higher than he thinks. Looks like I can step up my efforts. At least the attitude needs to change a bit about his feelings for the two of them. Otherwise, he will always see himself as a child. It's really too much. After you came out of the shower, you bumped right into Lee Chiu, who was holding your jacket. You reached out and took the jacket, casually draping your arm over his shoulder. Autumn clothes are really nice to me. Your words are so sweet. You've lied to quite a few girls, haven't you? That's definitely true, quite a few. They are all lining up to lean on me. Go ahead and boast. He doesn't believe a single word of your bragging. You took him back to his room and winked at him. Before he took a shower, he placed his driver's license on the table. Chiu definitely saw it. Lee Chiu understood what he meant, though she didn't believe it. The reality was right in front of her. No matter how unwilling you are, you have to adapt. He impatiently climbed onto the bed, tossed you the Land Rover car keys. Get lost. Every day you just know how to annoy me while getting everything your way. You smile like a silly husky. All kinds of congratulations and rewards. Wishing Chiu everlasting beauty. Wishing Chiu all the best. Wishing Chiu eternal life. Hearing this, Lee Chiu, who was smiling, stopped smiling. All right. Take a break now that you've got your certificate today. The next day, you immediately started laughing loudly. Pulled the quilt over to wrap Chiu up. Knowing Chiu likes to sleep in, help pull the curtains closed. Lee Chiu is hiding under the blanket. Only her little head is showing. She wiggled her finger at him. He ran over happily. Kneeled on the bed. Leaning in, she whispered close to his ear, drive safely. Don't drive where there are many people. If something happens to you, your mother will kill me. You didn't take his advice seriously. The car accident in the previous life was an accident. It was just overlooked. Seeing your nonchalant face, Lee Chiu gets infuriated. So, all his words were in vain. She never really cared at all. But thinking about how you hit the curb as soon as you start driving. I'm still really worried about you driving out. I asked Auntie to go with you. When she heard he had to come, you smirked. My front passenger seat is only for my girlfriend. So he ended up getting slapped. Lee Chiu stood up. Snapping angrily, she said, that's my car. You're still hesitating on the brink of self-destruction. Isn't that what I am? What's the difference between us? We've become strangers. His words made her laugh angrily. Getting out, do you have to be so heartless? Am I wrong to say that? Lee Chiu saw you still dare to question if he's at fault. She gritted her teeth and said, those are my future man's matters, not yours. Touch your head. Familiar with Chiu's personality. If you keep this temper, you'll never find a boyfriend. Maybe you should just transfer her to me. Then I can take care of you in your old age. The kind that never leaves your side for a lifetime. But Hai couldn't catch his breath and ended up choking himself. Lee Chiu, like a hungry wolf, pounced on him. Lee Chiu completely broke down, holding a pillow, wildly hitting you, Chu, trying to vent his frustration inside. This brat is way too much. They really treat him like he's not a person. As his strength gradually diminishes, the woman holds his delicate jade-like hand. He turns his head with a smiling look in his eyes. When you find a boyfriend, I won't bully you anymore. A feeling of suffocation mixed with pain lingers in his heart. His expression visibly became flustered. I don't like men. I'm not going to get a boyfriend. You asked him curiously, so you like women? Yes, I still like women. He tried to cover it up. He muttered quietly, times are changing. You interrupted him. So, I will inherit your estate in the future. Li Qiuyu, who understood his meaning, kicked the other foot onto your face. Don't think that's for my future husband. If you like women, then your future husband is from within. Things like this need to happen gradually. When dealing with a traditional woman like Qiu Yi, you need to keep the pace steady. Don't think about going all out right away. Otherwise, you'll scare her off and have no one to turn to. Getting her to give in without even giving her a little something is already good enough. If you understand this, then let go of her foot. He remained in the room without leaving for a long time, until the surrounding environment was completely silent. Li Qiuyu dares to slowly pull down the summer quilt. Puffing out her cheeks, she glanced at the door. Xiao Chen has grown up and become more and more mischievous. They are starting to think about his inheritance. How can someone so young dream of living off a woman? But if he truly doesn't want to work hard, I'll still support him. After all, I am his grandfather. The relationship between the two is quite awkward. He's obviously not that much older than me. But my parents had me very late, which made him and Sister Rong like the same generation. And Sister Rong has always treated me like her own little sister. One day, you pick up your phone and look at the missed calls and messages on the screen. Feeling a bit confused, I was wondering if it was an earthworm's. After seeing the caller's note, I casually tossed it onto the bed. Liu Ruyan, are you still not giving up? Hey, Xiao Chen, do you have time today? Mom seems to be deliberately waiting for you to wake up. Mom, what's going on? We need to finalize a project this noon. I'll accompany Mom to a dinner gathering. In the car, you prop your chin up, surveying the roadside scenery. Looking at the few high-rise buildings in the East City area, you can't help but feel a bit angry. Proud that this empire was built by your own mother. Your later success in becoming a local power is inseparable from this very foundation. But later, the headquarters was moved to Kyoto, and the main business shifted to the internet. It seems he was destined to live off others. First half of life living off worms. Second half living off his mom. Life isn't a novel. Most people spend their whole lives just being ordinary. Your son is already this tall. Feels about the same age as my daughter. Young man, are you in love? An employee who is quite familiar with Chen Yurong enthusiastically greets Xiao Chen. When everyone praises his precious son, he naturally feels very happy. After all, scenes of maternal kindness and filial piety are rare. In the past, this kid was too lazy to come out himself. Lini, your daughter and I are good friends. She's really pretty, haha. Yu Yi's daughter, Yu Qianqian, has a very good relationship with her. Back when I was chasing my first love, she really helped me a lot. To be honest, if I had married that first love later, Yu Qianqian would definitely be the main table. It's obvious that Lin Yu knows they are good friends. She smiles and invites me to her house sometime. That girl has been mentioning you every day lately. I remembered she got her New Year's money tricked away by me. I scratched my head. After greeting her, I followed Mom to the office. Seeing a desk full of documents, he suddenly felt a headache coming on. Are you really going to read all these documents by yourself? My own son has really changed. He never used to call me so affectionately before. At least not so sincerely. Of course, you have to handle it personally, to better understand the business. Yu Qiu is not an outsider. Your mom wouldn't have come this far if not for that. It's all thanks to my parents' help. And also, my son is way lazier than Qiu Yuzhong. He needs someone to feed him just to eat a meal. You blush. Qingba explained, that's because Qiu Fei insisted on doing it for me. Chen Yurong smiled slightly, and placed the sweet date into your hand. Sit down at the desk and start handling the documents. If you want any fruit, go wash it yourself. Wait for Mom to finish dealing with these documents first. Walk over to Mom and pop a sweet date into her mouth. Grinning, say, Mom, I'm a university student now. So how about this? You transfer all the company shares to me. Let me find someone to manage it for you, alright. You can just enjoy your retirement. Chen Yuerong was taken aback. For a moment, his mind couldn't catch up. Is this kid trying to strong-arm me? So young. And he's already asking for all the shares in his hands. In the end, he just rolled his eyes at him. Go play somewhere else. I can still handle this now. If I hand over the company to this kid now, it won't be long before it goes bankrupt. Maybe it'll even be in debt. You don't know my little tricks, Mom. As noon approaches, Mom took me to a specialty restaurant she booked in advance. Looking at Liu's residence in front of me, you took a mint, calmed down and took the medical knife, easing his mood. It seems old Deng's investigation was quite thorough. Knowing that Mom doesn't like restaurants, he specifically chose a Sichuan restaurant. He put some thought into it, but he miscalculated. Mom's surname is Liu, that old thing. She even knows you like Sichuan cuisine. She often goes to the produce market. It's probably some of the staff there who told her. Chen Yuerong feels a bit embarrassed. She explained, swearing, that she has absolutely no romantic relationship beyond business cooperation with him. Of course you believe your own mother. And hook her arm. Chen Yuerong also really likes being close to her son, feeling like she's leaning on you. Entering the private room, Lao Deng Liu has been waiting for a while. Seeing Liu Lao Deng with Chen Yuerong's arm in his. Such a clever person. Mr. Xiao Chen is here too. Chen Yuerong looked a bit surprised. Mr. Liu, do you know my son? Liu Qianqing smiled calmly. When he picked up my daughter from school earlier, he secretly introduced himself to me. So it turns out that Mr. Liu's daughter and my son are friends. Looking at his mom's mischievous expression, you couldn't help but send warm greetings to Liu Lao's ancestors for 8 generations. You greeted them for a whole year. You said hi while sitting in Xiangtan. But the conversations all revolved around you. The topics were about you and Yang's usual achievements. You should both be able to get into Shenzhen University. Uncle here congratulates you in advance. Going to the same university. Heh. Mom also noticed something unusual. He didn't really understand the exact relationship between you and Liu Ruyan. So he decided to discuss business first. We'll talk about President Liu's child later. Let's finalize the cooperation project first. Liu Qianqing confirmed with a serious expression. I still hope President Chen can increase the investment. Then, President Liu, how much does our company hope to invest? 2 million is considered a large enterprise. Being able to come up with 2 million at once is hard to count on one hand. Chen Yuerong lowered her head and pondered for a moment. She analyzed the data from her recent investigation. It mainly involves leveraging connections. We've finalized some shops near the school gates. Mr. Liu, I have a question. If we invest more, can your company get more shops with good locations? Liu Qianqing didn't hesitate much and said that as long as there's funding support, they can definitely secure more shops. You nodded and pulled your mom outside. With a serious expression, you asked, Mom, can the company account currently provide 30 million yuan? This investment has potential, but the risk is too high. Not to mention 30 million, I wouldn't even want to put out 20 million. However, our company has one more requirement. This requirement is the premise of our cooperation. Liu Qianqing Hanyang, this guy is not simple. It seems my daughter needs to speed up and adjust her mindset. After some thought, please go ahead. You smile slightly. Actually, it's not a big deal. I just hope your company can allocate an independent spot for us in the stores we cooperate with. All the revenue from the books sold at this location belongs entirely to us. We only take 40% of the other profits specified in the contract. What do you think about the terms? Are you satisfied? Stunned, Chen Yuerong watched her clueless, silly son. Could it be that this kid is really involved with the daughter from the other family? And he's so eager to give her a betrothal gift. Liu Qianqing also feels that his decision is somewhat to please his daughter. A little proud of himself. Since your company is so sincere, let's finalize the contract today. The assistant sitting next to Liu Qianqing starts nibbling on grass. Finally, Chen Yuerong signs and stamps the company seal. Chen's mother and son returned home without saying a word. You are recalling memories from your previous life. Perhaps a certain ability was triggered after rebirth, causing your brain cells to develop anew. Your memory far exceeds that of an average person. You can recall details from many books you read in your past life. After drinking an entire pot of tea, Chen Yuerong furrows her brows tightly. What exactly is your relationship with Liu Qianqing's daughter? Chen Yuerong asked in confusion. Just ordinary classmates. Ordinary classmates would send betrothal gifts in advance. Who told you that was a betrothal gift? Wait until the project gets approved. I'll give you a surprise. Chen Yuerong listened to her son's arrogant words. He sighed softly. Hope, I guess. If all our efforts end up empty-handed, then she and her son really have nowhere to cry. Just as both of them are lost in their thoughts, the door suddenly opens. Holding a box of lychees. Get lost, Chewy. You left work early again. Chewy, just go ahead and give that rascal a good beating. Speaking so disrespectfully, Chen Yuerong said to Li Chuyu, who was sitting next to her. Gong Hu said, if you can't bear to hit him yourself, you can find someone else to do it. You loudly claim you're innocent, but that's just a friendly greeting. Where's the respect for elders? But Li Chuyu really agreed with what Chen Yuerong said. Rueli's gaze is a sideways glance at you. There's a hint of superiority deep in her eyes. Brats just have no respect for elders. Last night he was bullying her, saying she couldn't find a boyfriend, and that she wanted to inherit his family fortune. Chen Yuerong simply turned a blind eye. Not bothered, got up and went back to the bedroom to pack clothes. She even left Li Chuyu a word. Don't spoil him too much. Now that he's gone, someone is even less restrained. With a flick of his slippers, his smelly feet landed directly on Qiuyi's leg. He even leaned a bit toward Xiaofu. Focus on being shameless. Li Qiuyu, still sulking, ignoring his hints, and pointing in the direction of Papali and Jihuan. He even kicked his leg. Then the soft-hearted god resumed control of his brain, bending down to peel a lychee and put it into his mouth. Don't waste all that juicy water. Li Qiuyu instinctively withdrew her hand. Wen is really a prankster. Behave yourself, or I'll give you a good beating. His soft threats didn't intimidate you in the slightest. You enjoyed the air conditioning inside, and your eyelids quickly grew heavy. You poked at the jade paper with scallion white. Seeing you didn't react, I really had no idea what to do. Worried I might wake you up, I could only gently lean against the sofa. When Chen Yurong came out of the room and saw this scene, she was obviously stunned, a bit in disbelief. That brat is just sleeping like this. Let him sleep for a while, Li Qiuyu whispered. Pull over a piece of clothing from the side to cover his stomach, to prevent him from catching a cold. A glint flickered in Chen Yurong's eyes. She softly said with helplessness, that brat makes you so angry every day. And you still spoil him so much. Sister Rong, you spoil her even more than I do. In a daze, the noisy ringtone shatters your dreamland. You scramble to answer, with a slight hint of waking up. Who's calling, disciple? Have you forgotten what day it is today? Bang! My heart explodes like a firecracker. I start scolding into the phone in a fury. Tonight is the class reunion. You forgot that Jiayin was also woken up by the noise. And Li Qiuyu, who was sleeping with his back against the sofa, also heard you mention the fat guy's phone call. There's a civilized class reunion tonight. Known in the circle as Fat Talker, your 3-year best friend, Li Qiuyu. What do you think about? He blinked his eyes. There's an ancient, unspoken tone in your words. Your 2 ex-girlfriends are also involved. But he really doesn't like that girl. She's too heavy on the green tea vibe. She's just not suitable for Chen Ziyi. Getting involved with a girl like that would definitely bring trouble. Usually not very clever, Li Qiuyu is paying attention to Chen Ziyi's female friends. So accurate, that Qiuyi. How do you know I have 2 ex-girlfriends? Li Qiuyu gave you a glance, with an indifferent look on her face, wanting people not to notice. Unless Jing Mo intervenes, stepping forward, waving her delicate, white arm. Charlie, just tell me if you're annoyed. A soft-hearted god starts to act instinctively. Unable to tolerate it anymore, Li Qiuyu rolled his eyes, looking quite unwilling. Found it while doing your laundry. The love letter was pretty well written. Not sure if he's embarrassed. Darling, quickly cover his mouth. Don't read out those cheesy words. They'll be embarrassing. Qiuyi's lips curl slightly. You don't want anyone else to know what's in your love letter, right? Did that catch you off guard? This Japanese player, please stop your Japanese antics. Li Qiuyu laughs out loud. You just need to bully me less normally. Alright, you go ahead. Don't be late. Wait for me, I'll go downstairs to buy some food. No need, you go to the party first. Later my best friend will come to see me and bring some food. You stopped in your tracks. Your body tensed up involuntarily. Which best friend? Sister Wen. You sighed. So it was that 1.75 meter tall flight attendant who can do the splits. Wenshin, that's good to hear. Back in the room, Li Qiuyu stood up and vented into the pillow. Xiao Jiannan, I'll beat you to death. You in the parking lot had no idea. Qiuyi was lost in thought again. The streets of 2008. Luxury cars are still rare in these 2nd and 3rd tier cities. I see that fat guy is waiting for you. Drive up to him. Jiang Wenming, who reacts half a beat late, keeps staring at the Range Rover. He's thinking, whose rich young master is out showing off again. Seeing his own good car has no reaction for a long time. He can only activate his thinking language to wake him up. Jiang Wenming, realizing the situation, showed a shocked expression. Chen Zi knows your family is relatively wealthy, but he didn't know you were this rich. $1 million luxury car used for street racing. It definitely isn't mine. Qiuyi lent it to me to drive around. Is Qiuyi really that rich? As your good friend, of course he has seen it. Long legs in black stockings, beautiful and cool, Li Qiuyu. Of course. My little rich girl is definitely talented and versatile. Did you pass your driving test? Absolutely. I'm a model citizen. Smile at him with that charming smile and wave. Come sit in the front passenger seat while I drive. Confused Jiang Wenming hurriedly shook his head. I can't do it. Oh, I said you can, you just can. Don't worry, if anything happens, I'll cover for you. On the hot asphalt road, a vehicle is driving smoothly. It looks very comfortable. Call me when you arrive. No need to stay awake at an age when you can sleep peacefully. Soon his breathing steadied. There's still half an hour before the scheduled time. I didn't plan to wake you up. Just as he was about to doze off for a moment, a few acquaintances rush over from the roadside. And the most eye-catching one is the person in the middle. It's Liu Ruyan. He took a glance at you, still planning to get out and say hello first. A big Land Rover like that can't go unnoticed. Especially with a few people led by Liu Ruyan, no exception. The chubby one can't tell. You're still the hidden rich kid in the class. Facing everyone's gaze, Jiang Wenming hurriedly explained to avoid misunderstandings. It's not my car. Because Li Qiuyu modified the special glass, people outside can't see inside. Naturally, they can't notice it either. In the co-pilot seat, Zhao Qingyu, who was sound asleep, wanted to show her face in front of everyone. She said to Jiang Wenming, Wenming, we've changed the place for dinner temporarily. Can you drive us there? Zhao Qingyu once wrote a love letter to him politely, but was rejected face to face. Now, seeing that the chubby guy has connections, he's definitely going to show up. He only knows that whoever gets on this car has to be approved by him. Then he selected 4 or 5 people. The rest who weren't named. Everyone looks regretful. Although the car isn't his, he can still drive it. But there's also the minister in the passenger seat. Qingyu, classmate. There isn't enough space for so many people in the car. And this car belongs to Chen Ziyi. He's sleeping in the passenger seat. If you want to use it, you'd better ask him first. Zhao Qingyu looked doubtful. He understood. He was probably afraid he'd push Chen Ziyi down later. That's why he said that. Then he put on a pitiful expression, leaning closer to him. You and Chen Ziyi are on such good terms. Then you should let him get down first. And take a taxi with the others. The chubby guy who just finished saying your password asked impatiently. Are we really that close? Stopping anywhere randomly, yet you happen to encounter a super version of the ancient ladder. Liu Ruyan and the others looked horrified. At this moment, you also woke up, realizing this is not a hallucination. This is real. It really is Liu Ruyan and the others. Zhao Qingyu, after seeing you, glared at you angrily, and shouted, what kind of man are you? Leaving your ex-girlfriend in a bar, isn't that disgusting? Use that freshly booted brain of yours to recall. When did he get abandoned at the bar? Li Yang, holding back her anger, clenched her fists. That night after I finished the driving test part 3. I was waiting at the bar the whole time. He reminded you of that, and you remembered. I didn't say I would go to the bar to find you. Li Yang bit her lip and said, I sent you messages. You still made a phone call. You're my ex-girlfriend, not my current girlfriend. Please recognize your position. I'm not obliged to serve you. Before he could speak, my best friend defended him. He's just a worthless jerk. Yang was so good to you before. Before she could finish speaking, I cut her off. All the good stuff and good people are left for you. Why do you have so much nonsense to say? Do I need you to teach me how to do things? Tell Fatty to start the car quickly. They then arrived at the party location. They were the first group. The second group was Liu Ruyan and the others. Liu Ruyan approached Chen Ziyi, out of confidence in himself, and for the sake of the Chen family business. He just convinced himself first. You must be playing a game of hard to get with him. Being so proactive. You definitely won't give up easily. At this moment, he wears a sweet smile. His curved eyelashes attract the hearts of all the male classmates. A sweet and charming image. Is absolutely irresistible. To boys of this age, the chubby guy instinctively took a step back. This former sister-in-law seems to have a thick skin. After what was just said, she still got close like that. You cursed the chubby guy in your heart. Looking somewhat upset, Liu Ruyan opened her small mouth. After dinner, let's go to the park together. The school beauty is also here. The voice coming from the crowd disrupted Liu Ruyan's train of thought. She instinctively looked back. Lace trim pleated skirt. Tightly fitted long-legged stockings. 3,000 black silks hang freely. Liu Ruyan's face looks a bit grim. If anyone can suppress her, it's the girl in front of her. Liu Ruyan instinctively takes a step back. Under the evening glow, she is bathed in a golden light. Her snow-white skin is captivating. Your taste really isn't that good. He subtly shakes his head. He casually glances at Liu Ruyan beside him, like wanting to buy Osmanthus and enjoy it in wine, carefree youth. You, who once had a love-struck heart, have long since gone and never returned. Ji Yunxi is staring at you passionately. Do you have nothing you'd like to tell me? Just let flowers bloom and trees grow. Memories become memories. You didn't hear what you wanted to hear. Ji Yunxi feels a bit disappointed, and a little anxious, hanging his head. They know. Cheng Zedi's first love was Ji Yunxi. The second candidate, Liu Ruyan, is currently single. Everyone is dumbfounded. Listening to this tone, it seems the school belle still has feelings for you. Back then, the school belle and you were dating, which caused quite a stir at school. Numerous rumors spread, from a devoted admirer to heartbreak. The atmosphere in the private room feels a bit strange. You're a little sweaty. Sorry, everyone. Got stuck in traffic on the way here. Suddenly, a sound breaks the current mood. Looking towards the source of the music. It's the host of the party, Ji Jianzhan. He usually has no particular hobbies. Just likes to act cool. Everyone here knows that Jiujin Station likes Ji Yunxi. The son of a noble family paired with a wealthy girl, it's a reasonable match. At least it looks more fitting than you. He's just a troublemaker with decent grades. Everyone knows you love to cause trouble. During high school, being called to the principal's office was routine. After this, everyone will go their separate ways. So I've prepared some gifts for everyone. Then a few staff members carried in 2 wooden boxes. Each person has a gift placed on their desk. Among them, Yushi's gift is a more delicate small wooden box. But Yushi didn't accept it and pushed the gift box back. Sorry, Shio classmate. I appreciate your generous gift. It seems the autumn power station isn't well loved by the family. Some people are secretly delighted. Considering the earnest effort of the squad leader, I'll accept different students. Someone spoke up to plead for the autumn power station. But Ji Yunxi remains unmoved. You, who are caught in the middle, stay silent. I don't know why you didn't speak up to help out. Feeling a bit resentful inside, Littlefoot secretly kicked him, causing soup to splash all over the table. He glared at Ji Yunxi in dissatisfaction. Dead girl. What kind of nonsense is this? Can't even eat peacefully. Everyone's gaze. Once again, it falls on you and Ji Yunxi. Ji Yunxi is being stared at. Feeling a bit embarrassed, he straightened his emotions. Sorry, Chio, I appreciate your kindness. I can't accept the gift. He awkwardly retracts the gift from fixing the power station. A trace of dissatisfaction flickers in his eyes. An evening banquet. Spent among the laughter and joy of most people. After it ended, Qidiansen suggested everyone go to a KTV to sing. You declined his suggestion. Unexpectedly, you ran into Qidiansen in the restroom. But it was just some nonsense again. You just replied with thank you, my Meng, which confused him. He thought you agreed and left. You still have the mindset from your past life. You've died once before. Seeing these things makes you like a child. Maybe you'll never encounter them again in your life. Except for the chubby guy. He needs to be beaten badly. Saying goodbye to July and welcoming the hotter August. The computer screen in front is filled with dense text. My eyes are dazzled. Finally, my nearly a month of effort has paid off. It's like when Chao's skills are back. I took a very popular fantasy novel from my previous life and adapted it, filled with over 1 million words of text. My speed and dedication are top-notch. Stretching my old waist, leaning against the wall, I came to the living room. 000 picked up the phone. It's Li Qiuyu. He's been busy with who knows what lately. He hasn't really paid attention to me. The Land Rover hasn't been driven for nearly a month. But it's still so shiny. It must have been maintained by Qiuyu recently. At the Lakeside Tavern in the northern district of East City, Li Qiuyu and her best friend warmly enjoy the evening breeze. Sipping beer. Looking quite content. You, arriving late, grumble under your breath, without even giving a precise location. Making him search all around. While beside a 1.75-meter tall person. The flight attendant who can do splits greets warmly, while criticizing Li Qiuyu's nastiness. In his view, Li Qiuyu was deliberately not answering his calls. He just wanted him to keep looking for you, kid, fine. Daring to call your auntie by her real name. Wenshin forced a smile on her face. You crooked your mouth, helpless. Spoiled by my aunt at home. Li Qiuyu kicked him angrily, you little brat. No respect for elders. Watch out, I'll give you a smack. The table is full of your favorite foods. See? This is Qiuyu's intention. Li Qiuyu begins feeding him. Next to him, Li Qiuyu carefully packages the small lobsters. Feeding it to your mouth myself. Clearly, her temper is like Li Qiuyu's. Worried about poking your mouth. Some time ago, she cut off the nail art on her 2 fingers. The loving couple's sweet eyes dazzled everyone. He complained, you two are giving me dog food to eat. Upon hearing that, Qiuyu's face flushes red. She lightly smiles with her neck. Then teases Ian Wenyu, are you full? After dinner, you flirted with Wenshin. In the meeting, Wenshin gestured 3 fingers at you. Qiuyu, go to the nearby bar and have fun. What's fun at Hui Bei Bar? There are women who can do splits. Li Qiuyu's fierce gaze is fixed on you. You immediately hide behind Wenqing. I didn't say a word. Under the tug of her best friend at home, she gives in. Then Li Qiuyu speaks again. Xiao Chen. You must stay close to me at all times. No wandering around. No problem. Then she directly presses close and wraps her arm around his. The 3 of them arrive at the bar. Find a relatively quiet booth. The 2 of them immediately attract a lot of attention. Then a thug comes over to flirt with the girl. Just the 2 of you. You poured a drink, and you have a boyfriend, no need to share a table. Every time I bump into someone, I just play around at the bar. Just want to make friends. At this moment, you stretch out your arms, hugging left and right. Those two are a bit shy. They don't like strangers much. You wouldn't have guessed. You're quite responsible, kid. You and Wenshin started drinking again. The drink is too cold. Don't drink so much. Not good for your stomach. Chiyoyi speaks with a pout. You respond with a nonchalant look, indifferent to Chiyoyi. This alcohol isn't for the guests. Lee Chiyoyi won't listen to your explanations. He picks up the fruit platter from the booth. He pinches the fruit and feeds it to your mouth. Lee Chiyoyi's soft lips curl into a smile. I'll drink it for you. Wenshin beside me seemed to catch an unusual scent. From your tone, it sounds like you want to be Xiao Chen's secretary. Lee Chiyoyi picked up your unfinished glass and took a sip. Xiao Chen will definitely take over Sister Rong's company. So naturally he needs to maintain a good relationship with her. And with this brat's temper, if I don't follow him, who knows, he might transfer the stocks to Niao or Xiao Huli someday. Wenqing purses her lips, smiling. Jingzi definitely didn't do good things before. Otherwise, he wouldn't leave such a rigid impression on Chiyoyi. As the person involved, your eyes turn black. You smirked at the corner of your mouth. Shamelessly told him to take over my company for me. And then support me. Warming also agrees. Yeah. Lee Chiyoyi tapped her best friend's head. You big fool. Didn't see that. Does this kid want me to be his free labor? Tell Rong Ji what you're thinking. She'll definitely give you a good beating. As a flip-flopper, you immediately say, my mom's words aren't as effective as yours. Lee Chiyoyi directly buried his face in the booth seat. You're the one who's been manipulating yourself to death. Small scheme succeeded. You reached again for the glass on the booth. Not a drop can be wasted. Without the barrier of the autumn shirt, a box of warm green wine overflowed. Lee Chiyoyi beside you gritted his teeth. That brat won't drink with me. Drinking alone in silence. His gaze unexpectedly shifted in a certain direction. His expression turned serious. Lee Chiyoyi saw a familiar girl. Lee Chiyoyi was thoughtfully considering how to persuade you to stay away from such girls. Gigi's friend Liu Ruyan also noticed. He hadn't been back in a month. He didn't expect that you would be drinking with another woman at the bar. Who is Chen Ziyi? Your voice interrupted your drinking mood. You leaned back, shaking the glass in your hand. He's my friend. Is there a problem? What have you been up to lately? Why haven't you sent me any messages? Then come with me over there to have a drink. I have something to tell you. Your face is completely calm. Can't get away. For a moment, his mind wasn't reacting properly. He didn't catch on. But Zhao Qingyu, his close friend, did realize it. She suddenly stepped forward and pointed at Chen Ziyi's nose. Chen Ziyi, you are such a scumbag. Do you even know? Zhu applied to Chengxing University all for you. You purse your lips and drink, Liu Ruyan. Where she applies is her own choice. It has nothing to do with me. Liu Ruyan's eyelashes tremble. Chen Ziyi, how can you say something like that? You said casually. There's nothing I can't say. Besides, this is how I truly feel. Zua, you don't need to be sad over someone like that. He's not worthy of your affection at all. Xinyu is right. People like that don't deserve your feelings. A young man in a suit and tie walked over. His gaze is full of hostility. Then he comes over and focuses his eyes on Lee Chiyoyi and Wenshin. Two golden lights flash in his eyes. You size him up. This person is probably someone Liu Ruyan caught outside. Friend, you're secretly with someone you like. And drinking with other girls. Not very good, right? A total simp. How dare you insult me? As the prince of this bar, he gets insulted on his own turf. How can he keep his reputation if that gets out? Liu Ruyan, are you sending dogs to threaten or intimidate me? Prince of the bar, Guo Changlin's face is completely blackened. This young brother, do you know what you're saying? This bar is my family's. Do you understand? The commotion here has attracted everyone's attention. That guy is used to being overbearing. He probably wants to confront the two sitting over there, pretending to be impressive in front of a woman in black stockings. No choice. After all, this bar is Guo Changlin's turf. Return his money. Make him leave. He ordered the people around him. The glass in Lee Chiyoyi's hand shattered on the floor. His gaze was icy cold. Slowly stand up, pointing at Zhao Qingyu angrily and shouting, if you dare to talk nonsense again, I'll tear your mouth apart. Full of anger, Lee Chiyoyi forgets everything else. A rider delivers a slap. The loud slap shocks everyone present. This woman is so brave. This is his territory. Even you and Wenqing were stunned. Is this still the soft-hearted Lee Chiyoyi that anyone could bully? But you are the only stubborn part on Lee Chiyoyi. Being slapped angrily in front of everyone, Guo Changlin was furious. Bitch, if you dare hit me, I'll hit you right back. Quick eyes and hands, you immediately went for a kick. Enhanced physical strength is definitely different. This living death king's force is unbelievably strong. I could even see myself from that kick just now. It's too hard, Xiao Chen. How many times have I told you before not to fight? Why are you always so disobedient? So it was Aunt Qiu who grabbed your ear. The force of that kick just now also scared him into a cold sweat. What if he had really been kicked to death? Wenchen beside him was also trying to mediate with Xiao Chen. Isn't that because he's worried about you? If he hadn't stopped you, you'd definitely have gotten slapped. Then he got up and made a phone call. Caught up with his family's Qiu. There's no need to continue the performance today. Not long after, a middle-aged man hurriedly rushes over. Miss Wen, Yuan Zi is unwise and has offended you. Please forgive her for the offense. Saying this, he walks over and slaps his son lying in the booth. You bastard! Who gave you the guts? Wu Haipeng's expression grew even uglier. His boss's own daughter was being abused inside his own karaoke room. If President Wen found out about this, he'd definitely be in big trouble. Looking at Liu Qianqing's daughter, this really put him in a difficult position. Qianqing's energy isn't much different from Wen's. We can't offend either side. He immediately became very agitated. Miss, a bar is a public place. It's inappropriate to speak harshly to others. Now, I kindly ask you to leave. We will refund your fees in full. Liu Ruyan's face darkened. She felt completely humiliated today. Not only was she insulted by you, but even her best friend was driven out in front of her. Her father said he pushed a 30 million investment just to please her, just like himself back then, being nice to him, while also showing signs of hesitation and reluctance. It's definitely like this. Today I went out drinking with another man. He's probably still angry. At worst, give him some real rewards. He'll definitely come back to me. Come home. You're lying on the sofa, body reeking of alcohol. You little brat, you're going to get sick. How many times have I told you not to sit directly in front of the air conditioner? What if you catch a cold? Li Qiu tries to move your arm to change position, but he's limited by his strength, and you deliberately refuse to get up. He takes a deep breath, pinched 2 fingers. Feeling wronged, your body went limp, softly collapsing onto the fragrant autumn clothes in the suburbs. Qiu, you're not playing fair. Almost choked me. Li Qiu, indulgent. Rub the spot I just pinched for you. Hurry up and go take a shower. You stink to death. You spun around like an idiot, pressing your unwashed, stinky feet right against Qiu Yi's nose. Get lost, kid, if you dare mess around like that. He'll kill you with one step. Li Qiu frowned and wiped the nose that your feet had just pressed against. Shyly sniffed his little hand. The kid who smells it knows how to bully you. The water droplets on his body hadn't been wiped dry yet, but he pulled out a mismatched pair of slippers, swung them a couple times, and then, with a scowl, Li Qiu pushed him back to Lin Yuzhen. You with the fierce hairdryer blow, smelling the faint fragrance on Qiu's clothes. I think about how soon I'll be going to Deep City. It makes me a little sad inside. I don't want to go to Deep City anymore, you said as you squeezed closer to him. Your lips near his ear. Warm breath blowing. I'll be alone in a strange city, thinking of you. Li Qiu's eyes straighten. Her fluttering, unsteady eyelashes resist the flutter of her heart. Ming Min's rosy lips. Fool, you also think of you. But you still need to go to university, you've grown up. You need to learn to live alone. You can't always rely on having someone by your side. Your world is collapsing, huh, Li Qiu? You finished chatting in your past life, and I'm not responsible, right? I see you angrily spouting nonsense. You're not going to wait with me. There are plenty of people to wait with. I started dating 8 or 10 girls when school began. Seeing you a bit upset. Li Qiu ruffled your hair. Little Chen has grown up. You can understand how it feels to want to be in a relationship. But you can't just pick anyone. Like that girl from the bar last time. That's definitely not okay. You two are not suitable. You, lying on his soft bed, feeling hopeless, pulling the summer quilt over her head, trying to suppress those daring thoughts in her mind. Suppress everything down. When dealing with this kind of traditional woman, you can't take too big a step, and your own mother is still at home. If you show your horns now, Li Qiu would probably want to die. You little brat, it's almost 11 o'clock. Hurry home and go to bed. You stare angrily at this irresponsible woman. I'm not leaving, I'll sleep here tonight. Took out 2 quilts from the closet, and threw them on the floor by the bed. Made a simple bed on the floor. Dragged my body and lay down on the makeshift bed. Waved at you, Xiao Chen. Good night. You looked shocked watching the whole process. Who the hell is messing with you? Why do I feel like I've become Qiu's toy? You lowered your forehead, sighing repeatedly. Ever since you found out Qiu likes you, your whole heart has changed its attitude. Your emotions are easily shaken too. Strands of moonlight sneak through the cracks in the curtains and cast shadows on the floor between the two of them. Fidgeting back and forth, you sit up angrily, staring at the pretend sister beside you. Lee Chiu-yu hesitated for a moment, picking up the summer quilt to sleep on the makeshift bed he prepared. Having someone sleep beside you really helps with falling asleep. You quickly fall into a peaceful dream. Lee Chiu-yu opened her fake charming eyes and helped him adjust her hair. A loose summer quilt, a flushed, pretty face leaning close to your head, blowing warmth toward his profile. I really can't stand you. You never said you wouldn't go to Deep City. You should at least give me some time to prepare mentally. I guess I'm doomed by you in this life. Do you owe me a life from a past life or something? You've been completely eaten up by that kid. But you agreed with me beforehand. If you dare to date some shady women behind my back, don't blame me if I suddenly stop talking to you and act like I'm ignoring it. Good night, little rascal. The next morning, Lee Chiu-yu, who was cooking in the kitchen, heard the door open. Xiao Chen, you wash up first. Breakfast will be ready soon. At the dining table, Lee Chiu-yu's soft, tender gaze fell on your feet. You little brat, you're wearing one slipper. Isn't it mine? Why make such a big deal out of it? You shamelessly retorted. One is still one. Don't think about taking it to give to another woman. After burying your head in the meal, you dumped all the housework on Shoin. Then you grabbed the Land Rover keys and ran off. Once you got to the company, you headed straight for Mom's office. Chen Yuerong was reading documents. The moment I saw it, I was so amazed. My eyebrows lifted. Which wind brought my ancestors here? How far along are your collaborations with Mr. Liu? Chen Yuerong stood up, helping you tidy up your messy clothes. Are you very concerned about this investment? It was actually me who advised you to invest. I'll definitely take responsibility all the way. Your face darkened. I've always been responsible, okay? Chen Yuerong pinched your cheek. Let you sit in your own position. The project is now basically settled. Most of the bookstores are already in use. We must help Mom hold onto the initiative. Otherwise, the unmarried Liu from the Lin family. You're supposed to walk back and forth in front of Mom. You pull out a pre-selected book from your pocket and place it in front of Mom. Take a look at this, how about it? A gorgeous cover. An extravagant title. Chen Yuerong isn't sure. Could this be a martial arts novel? Your introduction left Chen Yuerong a bit shocked. But she raised a question. The counter you wanted before was to sell this stuff. Since it can be sold, they obviously can sell it too. Seeing your mother still frowning, you straightforwardly said, I have the exclusive rights to this book. If I don't let them sell, they naturally can't sell. Where did you get exclusive authorization? I'm cooperating with someone else. I said with a smile on my face. By the way, my friend and I are quite poor. It's only this single volume. We only made 1,000 copies. The main point is to promote it to students since school is starting soon. Putting these 1,000 copies at the bookstore near the commercial street. There are many publishers nowadays. As long as it's not illegal, it's quite legitimate. As long as you're willing to pay, they are basically willing to publish for you. As long as the content isn't illegal or inappropriate. Keep in mind, our novel website's about to be established. Who can't build a novel website? Why does it have to be someone else? In the city center, at Fatman's supermarket, you swagger up and sit at his door eating free ice cream. You're borrowing 2,000 yuan from Fatman. 3,000. Anything more than that, it's gone. You nodded. College students these days. Saving 3,000 is already impressive. Chen Ziyi, you little bastard. Did you call me over to pay me back? Yu Qian, can you be a bit more ladylike? Shouting like that is unbecoming. Yu Qian was also quite stunning when she was young. Yu Qian rolled her eyes at you. No need to pay back, forget it. Anyway, I wasn't expecting you to pay it back. He scoffed and gently poked the chubby guy. He said, ever since the holiday, you've been hanging out with Liu Ruyan, drinking wine. Alright, I know all about your little tricks. Isn't it just trying to tempt Liu Ruyan to try something new? I can understand that men are like this. Yu Qian, transformed into Sister Dong, hands over the ice cream. She eats it generously. Her eyes are full of understanding. You don't understand a thing. Bro, with such good looks, you'd go warm the bed. Miss Yu Qian. Don't think of people as so fragile, okay? There are plenty of girls more beautiful than her. And Ji Yuyin, she also plans to get back together with you. Do you have to keep fixating on Liu Ruyan? A simp's life will eventually end in betrayal. A peaceful breakup. Besides, every time I drink with him, I always bring Fatty along. If there was any crossing of boundaries, you can ask him. Brother Chen is always very quiet when drinking. After drinking, he will leave with me as well. He has never spent much time with Liu Ruyan. Jiang Wenming doesn't tell lies. Your gaze is very sincere too. Yu Qianqian's complexion has just slightly improved. I reluctantly believe your nonsense. But why didn't you ask me to drink together? He explained seriously. I don't want to ruin a good girl like you. And before the holiday, you said this break would be pretty busy, right? I also feel a bit embarrassed to bother Sister Yu. Yu Qianqian looked up at you. Since we are good brothers, you should take me out to play someday. We have to take the bar along too. The misunderstanding is cleared up, and we still have official matters to discuss. So, how much savings do you have? I swear on both hands, what savings could I possibly have? The red envelopes I saved up over the years, I've already given to you. Not much left. I don't mind. Yu Qianqian was speechless for a while. 855 yuan. You smile so simply, truly a naive girl. With some left over and some perfect, I can only give you half. I still want to try the college cafeteria. I can't give you everything. You hold them together with both hands. You guys deposit the money with your brother. Wishing you unprecedented wealth and prosperity. So both of them agree, only able to give half. Going all in is an art. Why don't you all invest everything you have? Seeing the two firmly determined, you decide to zoom in and stare at the sun for a long time. Chen Kong has good fortune, Jiang Qing holds the key. In the end, Qian Qian reluctantly agrees. Even the Best Actor award is yours now. You flash a mysterious smile. You will thank yourself today for making the right choice. The path to wealth is right in front of you. After lying at home for a few days, you toy with the calendar in your hand. Xiao Chen, did you see my stockings when you did the laundry yesterday? Li Qiuyu pushed open your door in high heels. Your eyes were darting around your room. You little rascal, what kind of character do you have? You wouldn't have hidden it from him, right? I washed it for you. Hung it on the balcony to dry. He scratched his head bashfully. I was so kind to wrongly accuse this kid. Xiao Yi, to be honest, how many days have you been wearing those dirty stockings? The smell hits me right in the face. Almost made me choke. Being accused, Li Qiuyu's face flushed. Sneakily stepped forward and covered your mouth. The weather's so hot again. I'm busy running around, so there's bound to be some smell. You call it the bit. You have no idea how dirty the bubbles from the detergent are. I was even thinking of disinfecting them for you. You brat, stop talking. You're just making me lose face. Saying this, he looked wrong towards you. I used to wash your stinky socks every day. And never complained. But now you've learned to complain back. You immediately changed your expression when you felt guilty. Hee hee, I was wrong. From now on, I'll wash all your stockings. HMPH, who needs you to wash them? Li Qiuyu is hanging socks on the balcony. Wei Wei Ninan. This brat doesn't have any weird habits, right? You interrupted in the middle. Phone. Li Qiuyu, with hands behind his back, squinted his eyes. Sneaky all day long. What do you want to go out for? What can I do? Definitely making money and chasing girls. How do you make money? Set up a stall selling books at the temple fair next to the roast duck place. Setting up a stall to sell books. I can't believe you, silly boy, actually thought of that. You won't make much money. People go to temple fairs to have fun. You've been with me before. How many people would buy books? You'll only earn enough for pocket money in a day. You're smirking. Wanna make a bet? What do you want to bet? You grin. I'll bet you wear a wedding dress. If you can't, I swear I will never date a girl who's neither here nor there again. Li Qiu's eyes flash with a glint. At the corner of her eye, long eyelashes droop slightly. Fingers intertwined, fighting. Why do you want to wear a wedding dress? The trembling voice reveals his inner excitement. You've been waiting for an excuse, and now you speak slowly. Because someone said, wearing a wedding dress is a woman's most beautiful moment in her life. I want to see the most beautiful worm. Li Qiuyu's cherished memory. His throat feels itchy. Alright, I promise you, he gave a little finger hook. The blazing sun scorches the asphalt road. Flickering lights shimmer in Li Qiuyu's eyes. He himself doesn't understand why his heart suddenly warms. You agreed to this bet. It's unclear whether they hope you win or lose. There are too many rules called justice. His eyes are too small to hold them all. Just like those scattered spots of sunlight on the asphalt road. All he can see is depression. You, in the driver's seat, put on your sunglasses on your own. No matter how bright and dazzling the sunshine outside is, it's just the same in your eyes. Northern suburban area. Seeing Yu Qianqian and Jiang, who have been waiting for a long time. You both know each other. Li Qiuyu, is she your neighbor's aunt? Did you find a suitable spot? The two of them are leading the way ahead. You drove the car right into the temple fair. Such a large, luxurious Land Rover. Attracted a lot of attention. That was the effect you wanted to achieve. An enthusiastic vendor at the neighboring stall said, little brother, books like yours should be sold downtown. There are more cultured people there. It's hard to sell this kind of thing in the suburbs. You're smiling and chatting with him. Your hand movements are not only coordinated. He originally meant to help. You know he's afraid of heat, so you didn't let him come down. As for Yu Qian and Jiang Wenming, of course, they needed to help both of them. After arranging the books, you asked Fatty to go out and buy some sliced watermelon. When she came back, she just put it on the stall. She casually wrote, "Free light singing," on an upright wooden board. You glanced at the carefully dressed Yu Qian. As the boss, you must learn to discover your employee's strengths. Her plump thighs were only wrapped in white stockings. The texture gleamed milky white under the sunlight. The texture was simply perfect. Yu Qian deliberately acted coyly towards Brother Chen. You really have some twisted thoughts sometimes. You didn't have to say the second part. You silently tapped his forehead in disbelief. More people started to gather. Remember what I told you. Time to act. He, who was just fiercely arguing with you, suddenly, like a deflated ball. Strands of hair on the forehead cover the corners of the eyes. Can you not go? I can't. You place both hands on his shoulders. With gentle eyes, look into his gaze, Yu Ji. Be brave. You can do it, Yu Qian. This kind of person is very open with friends, but a bit fearful around strangers. To prevent him from being bullied, you took him under your wing for a few years. So that's it. You used his style and love for anime to sell books. At this moment, someone took the initiative to talk to the beauty. Are you selling books? Exclusive first release of a standalone short story online. Includes exclusive beautiful illustrations. A stunning two-dimensional artwork. Quickly catching the eyes of a group of young people. Rebirth 1999 starts with saving the school beauty character. First counterattack. Chapter, The Cheating Dad. Sick mother. The younger brother going to school, shattered him. Such a title. Such an opening. In this era of cautious preservation. If not a knockout, what is it? You've been lying at home these days. Just to write this short story for school. Everyone present craned their necks. Their burning gazes confirmed that this book was viable. How much is one, beautiful lady? Sister, I want one. My mom's phone number is 155. From 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. All the books sold out. Several people came over wanting to buy wholesale from you. They also want to sell it. But you said you've already shorted it. While you're cleaning up the trash and white cloth on the ground. Li Qiuyu also turned to the last page of the novel. Then he found that the climax part was only half. This book isn't finished at all. It made him very annoyed. Broken updates, bad luck. Sighing deeply, the author really has a wild imagination. That was really awesome. You turn your head to look at Li Qiuyu. He's blushing all the way to his neck. Did he really make 3,000 yuan? Soon, everyone packs up their things. You lead them straight to the hot pot place. 4 people stare at the bubbling pot with saliva dripping down. Swallowing repeatedly. After wolfing down a bite, he finally brought up the book selling today. Fatty couldn't help but ask Brother Chen, "How much did you make today?" You smiled and said, "Roughly 3,000 yuan over the cost." Fatty's eyes lit up. "Brother Chen, where did you get such books from? Next time we can get more." No rush, except for the pictures. The book's paper quality is too poor. Wen Yang, Qian, and Jiang Wenming, though a bit disappointed, quickly cheered up again. After eating, you drive Fish, Qian, and Fatty back home. Then she slowly drives home, bringing home the silent autumn clothes. Just as she steps inside, Li Qiuyu starts acting stubborn. She quickly dodges back into her house. When she gets home, her mom hasn't come back yet. Go to the balcony and take down the already dried stockings. Knock on Qiuyi's door, shouting loudly, "I've brought you clothes. Quick, open the door, there's still time." But no one answers. Li Qiuyu reluctantly opened the door for you. You look tired, you should go home first. After being turned away twice in a row, you plopped down on his bed. Li Qiuyu, can't you handle losing? Forget it, there's no point in pushing you. Let's just pretend we've never made that bet. You hold his hand. Actually, I can understand. Wearing a wedding dress isn't really appropriate. After all, women wear wedding dresses to be seen by the one they love. I was too abrupt. It's just a pity I didn't see the most beautiful side of Qiuyi. Hearing you say this nonsense, Jiatsu trembled even more violently. His whole face buried in the quilt. You loosened your hands holding him, slowly got up and left. The moment your hand touched the doorknob, the awaited voice finally sounds. "Welcome back, Qiuyi. You're too tired. Your eyes are so red. Maybe we can talk about it tomorrow." Li Qiuyu is holding back his anger. He takes a set of pajamas from the wardrobe and throws it to you. You smell terrible. Go take a shower now. You dare not slack off. Quickly rush into his shower. Li Qiuyu sitting on the bed, mumbling and tormenting the pillow in her arms. She still says she's old. Says she wants to get married. And attend her own wedding. Really hateful. I'll beat you to death. Isn't a wedding dress just a skirt? Is there anything you can't wear? It doesn't say whether to wear it during the day or at night. Waiting for you to come out. You see the bed in a mess. The quilt, pillow, and sheets are all tossed around. Lee Chiu has already changed into pajamas. Seeing you come out silently and walk into the shower. Lee Chiu finished washing up and came out. She saw you looking so content on the bed. Feeling a fire burning inside, hard to suppress. She climbed straight onto the bed. Kicked her foot right at your face. You immediately grabbed her foot and bit it. Could this woman really be using perfume on her feet too? It smells so good. Biting a spot leaves you wanting more. Taking another bite at the plump, pink toes. Lee Chiu, blushing with embarrassment, glares at you. This little brat doesn't mind the dirt. Always in a rush to open his mouth. It's so dirty, but you keep making excuses. I don't dislike you. Xiao Chen, why do you always bully my feet? You shamelessly hold his foot with one hand. He just bullied me. Of course I have to take revenge. For your lame excuse. Lee Chiu actually believed it. Letting you bully him. Not noticing it at all. This kid's filial piety has long since turned sour. He held your hand. His eyes dodged. Xiao Chen. This must be kept secret. Don't let Sister Wrong find out. Or I'm finished. Lee Chiu's eyes suddenly widened. I tapped on your forehead. Your beautiful eyes fluttered, and you asked what was wrong. Wrong and I are of the same generation. She wore a wedding dress just for you, a junior. Aren't you going to behave properly? Oh, we are just neighbors. It's nothing. Lee Chiu gloomily knocked you twice again. Don't talk nonsense. Although we are not blood related. Over these years, Sister Wrong has always treated me like her own sister. Everyone in the neighborhood knows that. People should live for themselves. Don't care about what others think. You care about saving face, but I care. He suddenly pounced on you, taking out all his frustration from the day on you. After calming down, Lee Chiu leaned back on the sofa. He asked, have you arranged the time? You pretend not to understand. What time? Lee Chiu buried his head in your embrace. His voice clearly, don't pretend to be clueless. The time for the wedding dress and sea viewing. Let's wait a while longer. I'll save up some money to buy you a beautiful wedding dress. Lee Chiu trembled in the suburbs. Her trembling grew more intense. Her feet clenched tightly to the bed sheets. It seemed she was trying hard to suppress something. Xiao Chen sold books in the hot weather to earn money. All to buy her a wedding dress. You reached out to turn off the lights, to avoid embarrassing him, and used it as an excuse to hide in the bathroom, with your ear pressed to the door, listening to the endless sobbing outside. Little coward, and also a crybaby. You hid in the bathroom for almost half an hour. The crying outside has just stopped. Get back into bed. Lee Chiu snuggled into your arms. Xiao Chen. When you have money, you can buy it yourself. You express dissatisfaction, but no. I must buy the wedding dress. It's a matter of principle. Lee Chiu feels warm inside. Showing off that lovesick, silly smile. Your head gets excited. Can I ask Ishwan to style it? Your mouth corners crack open. He ruffled his smooth hair. No problem. Lee Chiu, buried in your arms, has cold ears. Xiao Chen. It's raining outside, feeling the warmth after many years. Lee Chiu falls into a memory. Xiao Chen. When I was a child, I was very busy. Had no time to take care of you. Back then, you were especially timid. Couldn't sleep at the slightest breeze or movement. Lee Chiu didn't answer, burying his head even deeper. The corner of your mouth slowly moves closer to her cheek. Chiu, did you spray perfume? It smells nice. Chiu, did you spray perfume? It smells nice, making my cheeks involuntarily flush. No wonder your mouth is almost touching her face. Weren't you often like this when we were kids? Lee Chiu pinched your waist. Shy and hesitant. We've all grown up now, so we can't do that anymore. Haven't you always treated me like a kid? Give me a kiss. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes to finish this sentence. You're already prepared to get scolded. Waiting all this time, but no harsh response. Lee Chiu, burning with uncontrollable heat. Gritting his teeth, he said. You're already grown up. Why do you need kisses? Go to sleep quickly. Stop fooling around. Hurry up and sleep. It's so hot. Don't hold me so tight. Why are you so clingy? Stay away from me. Don't bite my face. The next morning, Lee Chiu opened his eyes. He pressed his lips together and kissed your cheek once. He was getting back at you for last night's teasing. But he had no other intentions to deceive himself. He's an old hand at this. You who slept until noon. See Lee Chiu, rubbing your clothes back and forth. Up so early, huh? At the first glance at you, she recalls what she did this morning after waking up. Her little face flushed red in an instant. She quickly lowered her head and finished rubbing. I've finished washing the last one for you. Take it to the balcony to dry. I'll go prepare your meal. Hurry up and wash up after drying the clothes. You have plans this afternoon. After dinner, you asked Chiu Yi, what are you going to do this afternoon? Isn't it to earn money? Help me deliver the goods this afternoon. At the North District Freight Station in Dongcheng. Li Qiuyu is familiar with the route, leading you into a large warehouse. Dissolve. Are the goods you mentioned from my mom's company? Li Qiuyu likes to hold and squeeze your hand. While squeezing, she explains that it's part of the dissolution investment business. These are some of the assets my parents left behind. Just pick a spot and open the box. All high-heeled shoes from foreign brands. Dresses and jeans. She casually touches the black silk stockings. The fabric feels several times smoother than what's on the market. Xiao Chen, come here. This has definitely piqued your curiosity. Just as I was about to put my hand on it, Li Qiuyu slapped it away. He instructed the staff nearby to move these boxes onto my car. Suddenly, you hugged Qiuyu's arm. Your side face rubbing against his arm non-stop. First meal, first hunger. I don't want to try anymore. Just let me be a lifetime soft rice eater. Li Qiuyu slightly raises her face, feeling a bit regretful for bringing the boy here. If this kid doesn't work hard to dissolve, who will inherit the industry he's worked half his life to build? The company is the result of a lifetime's effort. Half his life is tied to it. She speaks with a serious expression. I don't care which path you choose in the future. You have to take over the company. If needed, I can help you manage it. Don't worry, I'll handle it. Li Qiuyu was surprised. You're usually so cheerful, but suddenly serious. This made Li Qiuyu a bit blush. Move the stuff onto the car. Li Qiuyu led you to a clothing store. Mr. Li was eagerly awaiting. Finally, Mr. Li's name was called. Li Qiuyu politely extended his hand. The supplier was a bit short on manpower, so it was delayed by a few days. The two laughed and chatted for a while. After the business was concluded, they began strolling through the South District shopping street. Girls really do have a lot of stamina when shopping. Shopping from morning till afternoon. It's just that Qiuyu is never satisfied. You're talking about that store in this large area. It's all owned by the lady boss we just saw. That lady boss is very influential in Dongcheng. Her reach extends to the 4 districts, including the city center. Thinking about it, a boss with such power, Qiuyu probably wants to win him over, right? Li Qiuyu also shared your thoughts. Trying to win over a savvy businessman isn't an easy task. This boss Chen is different from other merchants. He was tricked some years ago. He's not keen on relying on big corporations. While talking, the two of them arrive at a wedding dress shop entrance. The boss stepped forward, smiling repeatedly. Are you two bosses here to buy wedding dresses? There isn't a single nice one. After leaving the bridal shop, Li Qiuyu said plaintively. 1111 said, maybe your taste is just too high. You're just making excuses, they obviously aren't nice. I'm warning you, kid. I'm not wearing an ugly wedding dress. Such a big reaction. Looks like he takes this wedding dress very seriously. Makes sense. After all, it's meant to be worn for the person he loves. You shamelessly thought that. Before you knew it, he transferred 100,000 yuan to your bank account and instructed you to buy according to that standard. Qiuyu, you must be joking with me. Where am I supposed to buy you a 100,000 yuan wedding dress? You dummy, it can be custom made. Li Qiuyu's face is full of anticipation. It has to be especially beautiful. The sunset glow. Golden light scattered all over him. The lines on his face infinitely soft. You pinched his face and said, don't worry. I designed it myself for you. You'll be satisfied. You wanted to act tough, but you suddenly softened. Frustrated, you kicked him. The tone and expression when you say that are just like a scorned woman. You dare to hit me and still scold me, you bastard. I'll beat you to death. The two of them sprinted all the way. Li Qiuyu, with numb legs, supported you as you walked. Her resentful eyes showed she knew she was being bullied. Such a little brat. After getting home, Li Qiuyu headed straight to the bathroom. As a beauty, she couldn't stand having any unpleasant smell on her body. Without even taking off her clothes, she shouted through the door and window. You little brat, go home and take a shower. You stink all over. You're dissatisfied. Retaliation. Same to you. No one laughs at anyone here. Snap asterisk. The window is pushed open. Li Qiuyu, just undone her button, angrily points at you. If you come in to see me, I won't let you off. For a long time, the living room felt somewhat stuffy. Li Qiuyu lowered her eyes and said nothing. After a while, Li Qiuyu pressed her lips together. Feigning indifference, she said, you've grown up now. You can't act like a child and mess around anymore. I am your elder. You owe me proper respect. You, puzzled, didn't dare to interrupt with a word. Lying quietly beside him, watching him. You, confused, turned your position, resting your head on his thigh. Xiao Chen. After tonight, let's not do this anymore, okay? He reached out and rubbed your head, holding back the heat in his eyes. Some things, once they cross the line, cannot be undone. So it's best not to start off on the wrong foot. What is the bottom line? You asked. Sister Rong has always treated me like a younger sister. In the eyes of neighbors and friends, I've always been your elder. Li Qiuyu said, tears unconsciously streaming down. Xiao Chen, we can't do anything excessive. You've got the proof. Looking at the woman in front of him, tears streaming down her face yet still stubborn. A bit of heartache. He reached out and wiped her tears, telling her not to cry. You're not pretty anymore, okay? I promise you. They definitely won't let my mom and the neighbors. You know. He asked in disbelief, what did you just say? Rest assured, I've always been very good at keeping secrets. If I ever do something out of line, I can definitely cover it up. Li Qiuyu was completely stunned. He originally thought it was just youthful impulsiveness. The result was that filial piety turned sour. Little hands clenched into a fist. The boy in front of him felt both familiar and strange. He said solemnly, Chen Ziyi, do you know what you're saying? Do you understand the importance of confidentiality? Rest assured, you can't. We have no blood relation after all. Legal and reasonable. Why not? Li Qiuyu was stunned and out of sorts. Sister Rong has always treated me like her own sister. We can't, absolutely not. Definitely not. We can't destroy this family. Saying that, she suddenly pushed you away. You fled back to your room in a refuge-like way. Back in your room, you typed out a wildly rebellious message to him. And sent it. Li Qiuyu, hiding under the covers, heard the phone ring. She secretly stretched out a small hand to pull the phone under the blanket. If you don't come find me now, I'm going to get that shirt of yours dirty. He angrily sent you a pair of silk stockings. Let's pretend nothing happened today. And don't say such rebellious things again. Otherwise, I won't talk to you anymore. You glanced at your phone. Muttering, coward. Restless, Li Qiuyu pulls back the curtain. Xiao Chen, when did you start thinking that way about yourself? It's too dreamy. Was it just a whim? What a little player. A bad guy who wants to mess with me, but won't take responsibility. So rotten and still good at keeping secrets. Secrets, my ass. Are you trying to keep a way out for yourself? The sounds on the balcony went on for nearly an hour. Until the next morning. Li Qiuyu, with dark circles under her eyes, bought breakfast from downstairs, and quietly placed it on the table in the living room. Since that moment, you hadn't seen him for several days, until you received the news that your mother was coming back. He just got home. You, who are so furious you're about to explode, sit on the sofa, staring at Miss Li with hostility. And you still know how to go home. He chooses to ignore your question, and asks instead when Sister Rong will arrive at the airport. I'll go pick him up. He drove here. They'll arrive in the afternoon. No need for you to pick them up. Alright, I'll make you lunch then. What do you want to eat? Haha, no trouble for you. I'm going out to eat with my girlfriend. He obviously strolled over to your side in the suburbs. Since when did you have one? Girlfriend's expression is calm, just these few days. Is there a problem? You disappeared for so many days in a row, making me worry every day. I'm going to be furious with you today. He lowered his eyes mysteriously, fiddling with a corner with his small hand. After a moment, he slowly let go. So, are you coming back for dinner tonight? I bought a lot of delicious food. And your favorite big lobster. You're being stubborn out of anger. Changing your taste these days. Not wanting to eat lobster. My girlfriend is still waiting for me at the bar. She's about to get up and leave. Xiaoshu Li Qiuyu tugs at your sleeve. The voice was weak, unable to stay overnight at the bar. It's too chaotic there. Don't worry, we won't stay at the bar overnight. We're staying at a hotel. Watching Li Qiuyu leave after dropping this sentence. Her eyes blurry with tears. Fresh blood continuously oozing from the corner of her mouth. Her fingernails digging into her flesh. He just went out to cool off for a few days. Why did Xiao Chen suddenly start a new relationship? If that's the case, he should obviously be happy. It means the two of them can still return to a normal relationship. But he just can't seem to be happy. He's deeply heartbroken. They still have to stay in the same hotel. Xiao Chen must really like this girl. You wander aimlessly down the street, raising your hand to block the glaring sun, rubbing the asphalt with the soles of your feet. You take a taxi to the northern district. You meet at a tavern, chatting together day after day. Suddenly, your phone lights up. A missed message. Opened it carefully with safety measures. If something goes wrong, the solvent will kill you. After reading it, my vision went black. The overhead light even seemed to dim. Li Qiuyu. Just be a lifelong coward. Soon it was already night. After saying goodbye to Yu Qian, I went back home. Li Qiuyu is in the living room. You're lying on the bed, thinking about today's conversation with Li Qiuyu. The two of you have clearly made things obvious. Was it because you were in such a hurry? You're tossing and turning. The next day, you're eating breakfast in the living room with dark circles under your eyes. Li Qiuyu opens the door. His expression changes. His voice hoarse, "You're back." At this moment, he looks quite exhausted. His eyes are red and swollen, the corners of his mouth pale. His messy hair is casually draped. You pull over a stool and sit down. Gently lift the soup spoon. His tone reveals no joy or anger. He opens his mouth, tears filling his eyes, afraid to look up. His voice trembling, "Just put the bowl on the table. I'm not hungry right now." You frowned and let me go. In pain, you carry it. "If I don't drink, I'll pour it out." "Put it aside first. I'll drink it later." Whether you drink now or not, just pour it out. Tears are sliding down your cheeks drop by drop. From your chin to your neck, then to your clothes. The whole thing becomes exhausting. You're just a bastard. You already have a girlfriend, and it's only been a few days. You just slept with her. I just wanted to go out and cool off for a couple of days. Is that wrong? Why are you taking your anger out on me? I really dislike you, and I dislike myself even more. You're really just an old fisherman. Foreign advanced ideas. You haven't learned a bit of them. So you've chosen to sacrifice me, to exchange for what you call a reasonable relationship. It really hurts to see you put on that painful mask. Put down the bowl and lie on the bed, dazing off. I'm not like that. Li Qiuyu shook her head like a rattle drum. I didn't mean to sacrifice you. You're just twisting words. It's not at all what you think. You let out a sigh. Hold his small hand and gently rub it. Soft and sticky, still a bit slippery, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, in a few days, I'll be gone. Once I leave, everything will stabilize. Xiao Chen, don't do this, okay? You're very scared. He starts crying softly. My whole body buried into your arms. Jiaozu trembled slightly. Xiao Chen, when you go to the deep city, take good care of yourself. Don't always go to bars with those shady girls. They are not good people. Feeling the burning cheeks, he blankly urged as you pressed against his profile. You said annoyed, I'm not a good person either. Together, they are not as rebellious as I am. He's weak and can't even reach you. That's truly rebellious. Don't bite Yi's face. Li Qiuyu, I'm going to Deep City. You can't secretly see other men behind my back. You can't be involved with other men. What are you looking at? Who you date is your own freedom. Mind your own business. I don't know why. You said that with a lot of pride in your heart. You smiled, and I still haven't been disrespectful to you. You definitely can't give outsiders an advantage. Holding a big lump in your arms. Li Qiuyu's face flushed red, almost steaming. Angrily, she slapped your back. Li Qiuyu's eyes were filled with complicated feelings. Severe headache. Must have owed this kid in a past life. Eating myself to death. By evening, you and Li Qiuyu stroll in the park near the neighborhood. The two find a quiet spot to sit. You casually hold his small hand. Calmly pondering Li Qiuyu all afternoon. To understand one thing, Xiao Chen. Is it because we argued? That you went out to drink with a girl? Actually, you weren't even really dating. You just did it to boost your pride. Your eyes show a hint of surprise. Taking off your shoes, turning sideways, resting your leg on his, Li Qiuyu. How can your IQ be so unpredictable? Li Qiuyu snorted irritably and retorted. I've told you countless times to call him properly. The more he acts like this, the more rebellious you become. Her mouth pressed against his earlobe. Renran's ambiguous voice fell into his ear. His ears flushed red in an instant. Li Qiuyu turned his head aside. Out of sight, out of mind. That little rascal only knows how to bully you. Be careful, or I'll sue you for insulting Li Qiuyu. Aren't you usually pretty rebellious? Why are you so meek today? If you mess with my acupoints, I'll beat you to death. I'll beat you to death. I'll beat you to death. All puffed up. After getting tired from hitting, he weakly lies on your shoulder. For convenience, you simply held him on your lap, letting him comfortably lie in your arms. You little jerk, I really owe you in my past life. If Sister Rong finds out about this, I really won't have the face to go on living. Rest assured, I will definitely keep the secret. Someone shamelessly boasts. Li Qiuyu bit you hard on the neck. Took a deep breath. From now on, I can only hold you like this. No more overstepping. You, who finally took a small step forward, nodding repeatedly. Promise to think about the future later. First, promise now. After saying that, Li Qiuyu leaned on your shoulder. Silence fell for a long time. The two of them return home. He puts on an undershirt, apron, and sets it aside. You stand nearby helping out. Soon, the meatballs on the table are steaming hot. The aroma is overwhelming. You reach out to grab them. But Li Qiuyu quickly swats your hand away. He frowns and says, "You haven't washed your hands and you're reaching in. I rolled the meatball for you. Blew on it myself first. Then put it into your mouth." The rich aroma carried a hint of lightness. Li Qiuyu glared at you angrily. "Those days really felt like we were together for real. Even if it wasn't true." You smiled slightly and asked, "What am I to you? Why are you so controlling? You scumbag. I'm your aunt, your elder. I have the right to control you." Li Qiuyu slipped off her slippers. Her feet wrapped in black stockings kicked you. "So how long do you plan to control me?" He blurted out without a second thought. "Of course, for a lifetime. It feels a bit off to say I only realized it later." He repeated and added, "I am your elder." When Yang said recklessly, "Since you want to take care of me for life, then if I can't find a partner in this life, you can be my wife." A smile played on his lips as he looked at Li Qiuyu, whose expression gradually twisted into disgust. Moments later, Li Qiuyu blushed and sat beside you. Lowering her head, she said, "Stop talking nonsense. You can only take care of yourself. You can't be my wife." She climbed up to his ear. Blowing hot air, she said, "Take care of me for a lifetime." Li Qiuyu gasped, cheeks flushed. But unexpectedly, in the next second, their passionate lips pressed against your corner of the mouth.